From child's pose, make your way up into all fours. Align wrists to shoulders and knees to hips. We're going to start to slowly wake up the body. We're going to exhale to go down and make our way back and round through the spine to come up. Inhale, take us down. Exhale, takes us back. Take your time to undulate through the spine and then make your way forward. The same way, working through the breath to wake up the body. Using the inhales to come forward and exhales to round your back and make your way back into child's pose. Take your time here with waking up the body, feeling it, seeing what's happening. And then when you're ready, you're going to kneel back onto your toes, gently twisting from side to side, which is very good to ignite digestion, and then eventually into Adho Mukha Svanasana. Stay here for a few breaths, spreading fingers, spreading shoulders externally, coming into the toes into what we call the wave. Inhale to spin shoulders out, open heart. Exhale to make our way back. We're going to do this a few times. Inhale, lift your heels up over the toes, preferably coming to the tips of the toes and undulating through the spine. Inhale, open heart center, spin shoulders out, and use the exhale to make your way back or forward as you roll through the spine. Just make sure you use that exhale to roll through the spine. I like to go into my fists. My wrists are a little bit on the weak side, so this strengthens or gives strength to my arms. Strong upward facing dog here, knees off the floor, and then exhale to make our way back into Adho Mukha Svanasana, downward facing dog. Spread fingers, bend elbows and knees, spin shoulders out. Bring your left leg forward and slowly make your way into what I call sumo wrestling position. Take a few breaths to ground. Then gently, slowly, we're going to move from side to side to wake up the legs. Feel free to use a block if you can't touch the floor or anything at all that's going to assist your movement, or just using your legs and your core without support. We're going to hold it on each side. Your arms can come up over your head also if you wish. Slightly stronger if you bring your arms over your head, always, as this is going to raise your heart rate up. Starting what I call the sunrise sunset pose. So we use the inhale to come up. Anchor your feet first. Inhale up, spread the arms out. Exhale to make our way into a lunge. Starting with your knee on the earth, hips forward, heart lifts. We look back towards the tip of our fingers. And then again, back and forth, slowly warming up the body. Feel free to hold this pose for 5 breaths if you wish. Inhales take you up. Exhales take you down into a lunge. Feel free to now keep the knee off the floor for a stronger lunge. And then open out through the heart. This is great to mobilize your body, but not only that, but you're going to warm up your legs, but also strengthen your ankle joints, which often don't get a lot of movement laterally in yoga. So this is a good thing to do. Always slightly taking your body to, physical body to an edge. We're going to hold on each side, and we're going to bring the arm, whichever arm in front of the knee, bring it out to the side and open the opposite arm toward the sky. The wrapper is the binder. If you cannot bind, that's fine. Maybe use a rope if you wish, or just use as much as you can for the opposite hand. Making our way to the other side. Take your time here. Squat down and then take the arm around in front of the knee and then opening to the heart. Looking up towards the sky, binding if comfortable, if your body allows. If not, that's okay. Just always doing what your body can do for that particular day. Every day is different. Since this is a wake up sunrise flow, we're slightly staying more towards the yang practice, so you're keeping the flow going. Coming into ragdoll into the front of your mat. Easing any tension of the lower back and the hips. Bringing feet together into a nice lift of the heart back straight into bowing down toward the earth on the exhale. Use your inhale to bring your arms on top of the lower back. Exhale, coming into a deeper forward bend with your arms behind you. And this is nice here. This helps to really ease any tension on the hips. So you want to gently just twist from side to side and be careful not to lock the knees. Stepping back with your left leg, finding a lunge pose here, easing into it, into pyramid pose. Here the feet are very anchored and your hips are dynamically squaring each other to the front. And here in this pose, your left hip is rolling forward, your right hip is rolling back. So you always want to square your hips to the front. And when you're ready, step back with the right leg or whichever leg and bring the opposite leg forward. Find your feet, find your breath, and then when you're ready, you're going to lift your hips towards the sky. In this case, left hip back, right hip forward into pyramid pose. It's very similar to your Trikonasana triangle pose leg position. But maybe your legs a little bit wider if you're more flexible. Or vice versa. Coming into a plank position here to work through the core, you want to bring the same knee toward the same elbow or tricep. You might even want to hold it for an arm balance if your body's ready for that. Otherwise, just do 3 or 4 on each side. This really gets into the core. Going into the knees. As David telling us that we're 10 minutes into our practice. Thereabouts. Making our way into the earth, sitting, releasing. This is a beautiful way to release tension of the muscles. Give them a little shake. Bring the soles of the feet together. The outer edges of the soles coming together. The inner edges of your feet rolling apart like a book. Now if you bring your hands behind you, lift your pelvis off the earth a little bit. It helps to increase the external rotation of the hips. Coming into a deep forward bend here. Preparing slowly as you anchor your hips into the earth. Elbows into the inner edges of your thighs, opening your feet like a book and then starting the flow. Your inhales lengthen the spine from the crown to your pelvis and sit bones, using the exhales to bring you forward a little bit more each time on each exhale. Take your time here, about 5 breaths or so. You want the inner part of your hip to roll externally away from your pubic bone. Do not worry at all if your chest or third eye don't touch the earth. That's fine. It takes a long time to get into this hip openers and to be able to go deep into them. Coming into a beautiful twist. Left hand to right knee, right hand behind you. Inhale, lengthen, sit bones to earth, down to sky, exhale, twist. Other side, right arm comes outside of your left knee. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, twist. Make sure your pelvis is anchored. And then you're twisting from your lower belly. Coming into a beautiful modification to Purusuttanasana, tabletop. Really anchor through the feet, especially toe mounts. Keeping knees about hip width apart. Raise your hips as much as you can. Also heart. Open your throat. Let your head go to get into those upper chakras. Moving into either full Padmasana, full lotus, half lotus, or just a beautiful crossing legged position to either meditate or to finish your practice in Yoga Mudra. Namaste and have a beautiful day.